Admiral's Log, April 9th, 1914. The Italians are eager to cooperate, or so it seems. Our destroyer joined one of their battleships, escorted by one of their smaller vessels. We successfully destroyed a fleet of 3 light cruisers and an escorting destroyer. However, the Italian gunners are more than accurate enough to send a couple of stray shots in my direction, causing light damage to the ship. They offered a series of excuses, claiming the bad weather conditions caused more rolling and pitching than expected. I believe nothing. Our men were both surprised and furious at our ally. This will have to suffice for the time being. The Italian cruiser personnel seemed to bear no ill will, for they and another destroyer swiftly dealt with a French light cruiser. We exchanged supplies and tended to the wounded after the battle, quickly pulling survivors from the sinking vessel. Well, if you can call them survivors. Many went silent a couple days after, the memories of their vessels scorching the insides of their consciousness. Moreover, the engineers have submitted a series of proposals for a 4-inch gun-armed destroyer. The thought is to advance the caliber, therefore sending additional explosive mass per shell, and rapidly overwhelming an enemy. I cannot wait for the results. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 8 of the Europe in Embers campaign. Today we have an interesting opportunity to raid a French convoy. It's heavily protected. They have 4 light cruisers guarding this and 2 destroyers for 5 transports. So whatever they're transporting, it's important. I have my own ship, the Tyrol, operating here. It's a Sebonico 1913 class. But the more important ship here is the San Gabriel, which is an Italian battle cruiser. Pretty quick, 27.5 knots, 12-inch guns as mains, and then 9.4 as secondaries. More interestingly, the 14 7.5-inch guns, likely casemates, are going to be delivering death if they ever get to within range of the convoy. The convoy ships are not going to be particularly quick. Tyrol can do 27 knots, so these two can keep up with each other quite nicely. And with their destroyers doing 33.9, it's not such an easy run to the convoy. We're going to have to fight our way in. And here we go. San Gabriel opens up, and she has a very interesting turret setup. This is not some sort of weird twin. These are 2 12-inch turrets, 12.1s amidships. Aside from that, she has those 9.4s, which are, well, they're also main armament, I suppose. And they have a lot of those 7.5-inch casemates, as predicted. They're okay for length, especially the 12s could be useful, if only they would actually get a decent firing angle, which, because they're placed amidships, they don't. Now, I do believe that the convoy is hiding directly behind all of these smoke screens, so I'm going to tell the Tyrol to start turning, while the Gabrielle, not my ship, is going to go in and try and punish the enemy. It's a really interesting setup. I suspect that against smaller ships she's going to be quite efficient. I just wonder about her longevity. She has standard bulkheads, she has an okay speed, but turning around is not really her forte. Oh, and we're already losing casemate guns. I'm not exactly sure which ones. I doubt that was a 7-inch that got destroyed. More like a 1.6. Or 1.9. Yeah. 1.9 got destroyed. Damage to the main gun there. Destroyed main gun even. Partial pen. We're going to stick to HE with this Sebonico class. We're going to have to try and turn. Maybe just do a full turn to port, to avoid any launched torpedoes by these guys. Like that. Like that. So, Tyrol, it is time to start turning, because the area here is getting a little unsafe. I hope I can still output some damage as we're in the turn, but no guarantees. In the meanwhile, let's have the Gabrielle move up. I think they might be going for the heavy cruiser at the moment. Not too interested at the moment, that is, in taking down the battle cruiser. Don't do it. Thank you. That was close, though. It's almost like I launched the torpedo. Okay. Tirol, turn. Gabriel, move up. Ignore all these ships. They're just here as a distraction. They are not our target, although eliminating them would prove to be another useful blow to the already dwindling French Navy. So let's see if we can find the real prize and unleash all the firepower from the 7.5-inch guns. Let's see, what are you firing with? HE shells soft capped, AP shells capped. Oh, they might be interested in the battlecruiser after all. You have nickel steel armor? Uh-oh. Oh, it missed. Okay. That's an interesting choice. So they saved a lot when it comes... Look at that, armor quality, 45% bonus. My ship has an armor quality bonus of 120%. They have 0.1 inches of superstructure armor. Oh, you sweet summer child. That's a fantastic way to get your superstructure blown up. Losing both damage control and your ability to actually hit stuff. Oh, this is not necessarily a great design. It's also not my design, of course. We got the Tourville taking on some fire. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is that your little gift? It was not. Probably the Brestois. Forfait hasn't launched and the Casque hasn't launched either. Proceed. Tourville, 2 damaged engines. Switch to the Naiad. We've seen her before. Yep, and there's the torpedo. And there's the rest. They have been kind enough to leave a very nice gap, but, well, if it wasn't for the dud, I probably would have been badly damaged here. Let's put them damage in on the Roland. Look at how much damage this ship puts out in a short period of time. Maximum bulkheads are going to make it a bit difficult to swiftly eliminate it, but you gotta stop that shit. But it is working. I think we can eliminate her. Stop that shit. Seriously. I can only dodge so many before I actually get hit by a live torpedo. Let's return the favor, shall we? Torpedo away. Don't need the starboard tube. Nice damage. Got some flooding on the Tirol. Oh fuck, the Forfait is going to make my life very, very difficult now. Like that. All back emergency. Stop! Stop! There goes the Roland. Oh boy. Well... could have been worse, could have been 2. Gabriel, any luck on finding those transports yet? Because that's what we came here for. Not to party with the French. At least not these French. Forfait is taking a lot of damage. How much damage have you done? 9.5. So the Italians are probably looking to see how the hell we're doing this much damage with a heavy cruiser. And again, the heavy cruiser is almost as pricey as their battle cruiser, so there is something to be said for that. Nice. The Tirol lands another torpedo. Crippling the Forfait. Focus everything on the Tourville. She's already badly damaged. We might be able to just finish her off. And then we're going to finish off the Forfait. There's the DD. Destroy the main gun. Yep, extensive fire. Job done. Next. Forfait. 17,000 damage done with the Tirol. Bloody hell. Initially I wasn't particularly keen on the Sebenico class, but it looks like this is a pretty effective design. With the 4-inch guns, the 2-inch... The torpedoes are also definitely helping. Doing about 3,200 damage. Yeah, you're gonna be dead. I have yet to find the real objective. If only I can get radar, but it's 1913. It's 1913, 1914. It's gonna take me a while before I get radar. This is unfortunate. Dodge, my friend. No, you... Torpedo suddenly decided to change course. Doesn't stop the Tirol from still trying to deal damage. Brestois is out of torpedoes and the Casque still has 16 left. Whoa. Dangerous boy. Hold on. There are single shells coming from over there. I believe I have eliminated all their light cruisers. Well, maybe with the exception of one. So that could be an armed transport. Let's get the Gabrielle involved. Decent damage on the Cusk. If we can destroy her torpedo launchers, that would be fantastic. Just make short work of the torpedo launchers and we have a much better chance of surviving with the Tyrol. At least a much easier time of it. Damage done. 4-inch guns dealing more damage than the 2-inch guns, and only after that the 6-inch guns. Cusk still not launching. These guys don't have a lot of bulkheads. So close the gap and you can burn them down. Close the gap and you get your ship torpedoed. It's dangerous trying to get in there. Look at the rate of fire though. 2.3 second reload on the 4-inch gun. 1.7 here and 1.4 there. Bad move by the Brestois. She got in the way. There's the battlecruiser coming in. Just... This is at 5 times speed, of course. Did you just launch torpedoes at me? No. Thought I heard something. With a damaged rudder, I might need to make a bit more of a gap between myself and them. Brestois, bad idea. Casually picked up a 4,000 damage. That was the 12-inch hit, which was not supposed to hit the Brestois. It was supposed to hit the Cusk. But the Brestois just got in the way. I'm not sure what the deal of the Cusk is. Maybe they've forgotten how to launch the torpedoes, which is perfectly fine for me. Badly, badly burning. 3,500 damage due to fire. See, that is what happens if you don't have bulkheads. Burn it down. Half of the damage that this ship took was due to fire. Destroy torpedo. Now you're not a threat at all. You're slow. That should make you pretty easy to hit, even for a battlecruiser. And you're flooding. Okay. Now, still, show me the convoy. Where are your transports? And more importantly, what are you shipping that it needs this much of a protective detail? Enemy to the northeast. Alright, I can still do 18 knots here. 26 with Saint Gabriel. Let's go find them. Despite our best efforts, we could not find the convoy. Fog of War managed to conceal the convoy and the last surviving light cruiser. Still, defending this convoy and buying time for their escape did not come cheaply to the French. They have gained 52 victory points, but I have gained almost 100-fold, or actually more than 100-fold in that. So this is going to be another blow to morale for the French, another blow to the troop count, or to the ship count for the French as well. Because what we have left for the French is 29 ships. Now, I'm not used to having a lot of ships, but I have about twice that size. They're building 5, I'm building 18. And my 18 ships should be coming out, or at least the larger portion of it, in a 4-month span. When both the new light cruiser class, the Blaze class, as well as the Phoenix class destroyers are going to make their appearance. The heavy cruisers are going to take a little longer in 6 months, but it'll be fine. We can make that happen. It's new Molotovs. When it comes to research, I have a new destroyer design coming up, allowing me to go to 1,500 tons. And that also gets me the Destroyer Hull 3, which gives me more options. I'm also researching better smaller guns, currently working on some unknown project. And I hope that we're going to be seeing better 5, 6, and 7s, because we're currently Mark 2. I want to get Mark 3 so I can get the reload and accuracy up. Now it looks like over here we have a small encounter. It's the heavy cruiser Krems of the Torch versus the light cruiser Du Chailat. Jean de Vienne class. Torpedo launchers, but we have those too. Let's burn them down. Turn these French into a crispy little baguette. Here we go. I already slowed the Krems down to a mere 14 knots to ensure that she's going to be able to do very serious maneuvers when the torpedoes start hitting, or at least when they start getting launched. She already has a fantastic turning circle of only 146 meters in her default status, so that's at full speed. If you turn the ship at a slower speed, the turning circle decreases even more. Now it looks like the French are already heavily under fire. And some of these hits are dealing a lot of damage. I would like a repeat performance on episode 2, I think it was. Where we had that whole light cruiser just burst into flame. And consequently launch all of its turrets. All of its 4-inch secondaries, I suppose, for a light cruiser, that is. Actually, no, that might be primaries. Anyway, it was a fiesta of fire. That's what this campaign is all about. Destroy the torpedo launcher. Very good. Did you destroy one or all? Tell me. Did you destroy one or all? You destroyed one. So they still have some torpedo launching capability left. They've already lost 15% of their crew versus 0.3% of mine. Their crew is trained, but not nearly as experienced as my veteran crew. So these guys are in for a really tough fight, and it looks like they're not winning it. Now with these torpedo launchers already damaged, I might have an opportunity here to close in. Because they still have 2 torpedoes, but I should be able to dodge that. So let's increase to full speed. And with that, make sure that all of these 2 are going to be in range. Because they're just not joining in on this fight yet. They got 6.9 kilometer range. That means that any moment now, there we go, they should be joining. A main gun has been destroyed. That is the starboard. Or is it considered a 4-inch gun? Yeah, they have lost a couple of 4-inch guns. Hold off on the torpedoes unless you're sure you're gonna hit. Wonder when they're going to launch the torps. There's another torpedo launcher destroyed. That's the second on the starboard side. We're gonna come broadside. Flooding. Fire. Almost 30% of their crew has been eliminated. Come on. Yes. Fire everything. 5-inch, 8-inch, 2-inch, whatever we have. They did just launch a torpedo in my way. There it is. Looks like they might be trying to bring their other, more functional torpedo launchers to bear. Yeah, the port side is fully functional. They launched that, that's their whole salvo gone. All their torpedoes are out, which means I can push in and engulf them in flames. These are far, far less susceptible to fire, though. Come here, my pretty. Let me heat you up. I got some nice incendiary shells with your name on it. Destroyed another main gun. Ship is down to 33% structural integrity and has lost 33% of her crew. She does not carry bow or stern torpedo launchers, so approaching from the stern is perfect. Only my 8-inch guns would actually feel inclined to join this fight. That would be even better. There we are. And when they do, they leave a mark. Destroyed another main gun. I think we're going to get extensive fire on the Shaila. She just needs 2 or 3 compartments and she's gone. All the torpedoes have been destroyed. And the Krems barely took a scratch. This is perfect. There, another 1000 damage. They did manage to put out all of their fires. Somehow. Maybe by flooding the rest of the ship. I don't know. But hey, it works. The ship is gone. Very good and smooth victory for the Krems. 2% structural integrity lost, and that is an almost 200 times markup in victory points. Now, I want to continue to pressure the French. Ideally, they still have a battleship left that they are so inclined to donate. Yep, they got a battleship there. Do they have anything here? Yes, they got another battleship in Toulon. And they got a light cruiser and a DD over there. Oh, there's a lot more coming in. CACL, CLDD, DD. What are the British doing here? They're moving to the North Atlantic. Okay, be gone. Right, on to the next month. Interestingly, as the next month ticks over, it seems that the British are paying attention to what is happening. And because of that, they are slowly mobilizing, meaning that I have a slightly negative relationship with the British. The French head of Admiralty, Léonce Caillard, is replaced by Louis Vigne. His recent failures and overall poor management must have been the cause. Perhaps. Let's see if I can actually take this battle cruise or battleship of theirs. First, though, we're going to have to fight it out against a heavy cruiser, 3 lights, and a DD. I have plenty of tools for the job. Our battleship is taking fire, which means the enemy is close. It's interesting that it's coming from our right, just over the starboard side of the Democratie. And the heavy cruisers ought to spot that. There we go. Alright, everybody. Pay attention. High explosive only. Torch them. Destroyed main guns. Instantly. I hope I'm not going to be able to get a lot of friendly fire in on this, because it's been known to happen that we have some friendly fire incidents. And I'm not a very big fan of when that happens, because it means that I'm generally able to deal a lot more damage to my own fleet than the enemy is. It's not how I want to have my fleet proceed. Should be just outside of range of these guys. Yeah, 4-1 on these torpedo launchers. This light cruiser is different? Huh. No, it's not different. Good lord, that was fast. Extensive fire. That was 1. Ah, hello. Fire starters, this is your target. This guy is very close, but I think we mutually popped up close range for each other. So there is an opportunity here for them to torpedo me as much as it is for me to torpedo them. Let's see if we can quickly eliminate it before it starts laying eggs. Who's firing HE? Sorry, AP? You? Oh, because you got no HE. Okay, fine. Volume of fire here is substantial. The main gun has been destroyed. They don't really seem to be having a great time of it. I just wonder whether there are torpedoes in the water. That's my main concern. This div. Engage this. Oh, you start throwing your own torpedoes, that's fine. Oh, there it is. Dodge, dodge, dodge. O&Ms, turn to port. To port, you idiot. That was avoidable. Had you actually turned the other way. But nope, you turned the wrong way. And now we got a lot of damage on this light cruiser. Even so much so that it might flood to death. Are you kidding? Is this one of my designs or theirs? Good lord. That's not how you want to see your ship listing. This is not great. I think we might have the flooding contained. It seems to be holding at 10%, but god, that was close. Vauclabruck might land a torpedo on the Imprenable if she gets lucky. Over here we have incoming torpedoes on the heavy cruisers. And it looks like the Montcalm has taken a lot of damage already and is almost at the point of surrendering. Extensive fire. And if not that, then the crew will be dead. That leaves the Dupleix. 13% crew lost. They still have torpedoes though. Good dodge by the Montcalm. Pretty impressive there. I want you to turn starboard. I think your port side's ready? Or your starboard side? I'm not sure. There goes the extensive fire. Massive amounts of fire are being poured in on this ship, and the Imprenable is suffering. Standard bulkheads. Oh boy. No torpedoes to defend yourself with, and believe it or not, but they have done 0 damage. 0. Nothing. What's the battleship done? 3k damage. It's pretty good. Do they know what the enemy is? Yes. They have done a couple of high-end damaging hits against the heavy cruiser. And also one against what was suspected to be a torpedo boat, so likely a destroyer for almost 1500. No, it was the port side that launched the torps on the Vuclabruk. Okay, fine. So that only leaves the Dupli, right? Oh. It's less than ideal. Start turning, boys. Seriously. Start turning. Now. Thank you. Imprenable, extensive fire. Now this is a battle that's very much in line with the campaign. Because all these ships are just being burned to a crisp. Cancel torpedo avoid. Destroyed main gun. You really gotta start armoring up those main guns a bit better, because it's turning into a joke. Oh, that was a big, devastating hit. Torpedo incoming for the Vuclabruk, most likely. Sana and Stokkerau are still there. Oh, Hanems is still afloat. She's not happy about it, but hey, she's not dead. And I think this is a tribute to how well protected these ships are, because they only lost a few sailors there. Taking these, well, this one massive torpedo hit. There you go. Welcome to the Austro-Hungarian Navy, where if you put up a fight, we will burn you down. Now, the real question is this enough to convince the French? I have made my recommendation to my government that we go to peace. I'm just not sure if they're going to go along with my suggestion. Let's have another small fight here against these 3 lights. And then maybe when the next month takes over, we'll be at peace. Here we go. Very short-range encounter between the DDs and the CLs. It's actually quite dangerous what we're doing here. Because we spot them at 2.5 kilometer range. I'm not sure why it's this close. But it's a bit concerning. Oh, sorry, it's not even a CL, it's a DD? Yeah, it is a DD. Explains that. You're small and I'm small, so my capability of detecting you is just about as good as your capability of detecting me. I think that this guy got pulled back so fast that it's unable to launch torpedoes. So that's at least one worry less. That means that the heavy cruisers can take their time pushing in. So can the Kufstein and company. As well as the Bregens. And we're going to be badgering this Vauban, this destroyer. And meanwhile start spotting the light cruiser. They have seen the heavy cruiser, yet they're not taking aim at it with the torpedoes because they don't have the range. But they're about to. These things are largely a speed bump. 2.8 million. Which is still more expensive than my destroyers. Just mine tend to be more survivable. There's the damage. Fire. Look at that. Fire instantly starts eating the ship. Fires need fuel, and fuel's being provided in the form of the hull of the French destroyer. Yeah, you're dead. Okay. And there are the retreating French light cruisers. Maybe they bit off a bit more than they could chew. That's going to be their downfall. Hold off on the torps. Never mind, none of you have any torps. Fine. Ah, yes. A nice meeting of the minds here. We don't have smoke at the moment. Let's pull these guys back a little bit. This will also help me in preventing torpedo attacks against the larger ships. Yeah, they have been torpedoing the DDs. Can't see them yet. So I'm expecting them to have been launched in this direction. Just before we made our turn. Alright, boys. Need you guys over here. There you go. Destroyed torpedo launcher. La Perouse. No longer a problem. Oh. Is that the plan? Bad plan. I don't like this. La Perouse and Tag are now taking a lot of damage. Taj? I'm not even sure how you'd pronounce that in French. They're both out of torpedoes. No, sorry. Mistaken. Targa has torps. So do I. So let's go and say hello. Torpedo destroyed. Now you don't have any torpedo launchers left. Sucks to be you. Extensive fire. Oh man. Extensive fire, extensive fire, extensive fire. Looks like La Perouse is going to suffer the same fate. Dead. So that's 3 ships burned. Extensive fire. I'd say so far this campaign is a success. Took me a while to get warmed up, pardon the pun. But now that I know how to play these ships, it's working. So, tell me, are we still going to be at war? Are we still going to be clashing with the French? Yes, we have a peace treaty. Perfect. I will gladly take another battleship off your hands. Wait, your battlecruiser is almost twice the price? Okay, give me your battlecruiser then. And your battleship. For good measure. And another 282 million in pocket change. Thank you. I don't quite understand. I got 282 million. But my naval funding went up a lot more than that. Interestingly. Now, I am at peace, so that means I'm suddenly negative 85 million, 86 million almost. And that means I'm going to have to put my ships back into port and make sure that they don't take up a ton of money. So we're going to set the whole fleet to limited again. Control A should really be a thing in this game, but sadly not. You guys are all going to go limited. And suddenly it's minus 25 million. So, how are the French doing? 27 billion, 18 active ships. They're building 2, repairing 11. I have 55. I am building 18 and repairing 6. Not bad. The British, 63, but they're not building, nor repairing, nor refitting anything. Interesting. Are you guys not at war? Apparently they made peace with the Germans. The Italians and the French are also at peace. And I think Europe's calm again. Europe's quiet. Okay, let me see that new battle. Oh, this thing is badly, badly damaged. So now I'm going to be paying about 9 million to fix up this Triton. Okay, fine. Let's have a look. See if that's worth it. Sadly, you cannot inspect these ships before you buy them. Standard bulkheads is not really what I'm a big fan of. You got your 8 12.4s. That's pretty potent. You got 8 4.1s and another 4 4.1s. So that's double barrel and single barrel. Potentially these. You got 8 3.1s, 14 3.2s. Casemates. 4 1.9s and another 2 1.9s. Okay. Krupp 2. Could have been better. Enhanced rotation, electrical turrets. Sorry, enhanced reloading. Pretty okay armor for a battlecruiser of the enemy. And they got turbines. Really? Oh, sorry, never mind. That's the standard. Spacious quarters. Meaning that there are a lot of people serving aboard this ship to the tune of 1,489. It's an okay ship. Nice addition to the fleet. I'm willing to pay that price because, according to my own rules, I cannot build any battleships or battlecruisers, but I can buy them. Well, I can inherit them off of the enemy, shall we say. And I believe that that battleship is the same as the Démocratie class, 1911 version. Where is yours? Oh no, actually it's something else. The Insolferino is an indomitable class. Show me. What did I just buy? Sort of. Holy crap. What is this? What is this? 21.5 knots. Not a lot of range. Lower beam, bigger draft. Turbines fired by coal. Croup 1. Aye. Aye, that's not great. Hydraulic steering. Single hull bottom. Anti-torp 3. TNT 1 with cordite. Soft capped HE shells. At least they got enhanced reloading and better hydraulics. Ooh. 0.2 inches of superstructure armor. Oof. Maintenance, 7.5 million a month. Oh, sorry, 750k per month. Rounded up. Guns. Interesting setup. 16 9.3 inch guns. Then another 4 5.6s. Another 2 5.6s. So it's these two. And this one and this one. They have 10 4-inchers. 24 3.5s. That must be these things on the sides. That's 8. 10. Good lord. This thing has potential, I'll give you that much. This has potential. What's their reload? 2.8 seconds. We're in business. 14 seconds here. That's really nice. They got a standard ratio, so even on main and second and main HE and AP. That's good. Yeah, this ship has potential. It might not be very well protected. It might not be very well armored. But hey, it's in line with what I want to do, which is burn the rest of the European fleets. So I'm keeping this one as well. Now, shall we have a look at that destroyer design? Because there is a new design that I can use. And so far, the destroyers have done quite okay. Destroyer 3 hull. Up to 1,500 tons. Start by improving armor and engines. Oil, Aux 1. Induced. Okay. Now there have been, over the past couple of days/week, quite a few comments of people saying, hey, you need to replicate your big gun destroyers, because in the previous campaign they were extremely effective, and they should work in this campaign too. And I agree. I think that building the 5.9 inch long barrel gunboats are indeed in line with the campaign. They're not necessarily going to be firing very quickly, but they should be able to get the job done. Because with high capacity HE shells, you can do a substantial amount of damage. As we have seen in the previous campaign. So another turret there. Gun, gun. Right, the bow is a bit heavy. Let's see if I can shift this back. So that I can move the torpedo launchers there, the funnel here, and the bridge further back. That's not doing that much, sadly. What if I give it more torpedo launchers? Like so. Doesn't really do it. Huh. That's interesting. Ah, there we go. 5.8. Push this slightly farther forward. They're pretty expensive at 5.5 million. I could try and make them sleeker and thereby reduce their displacement and thus hull size. 2, and it rounds it up there. Oh, now you're overweight. Right, okay. The fire rate on these guns is 1 shell every 15.7 seconds. That's not very fast. That's not very fast. Okay, we're gonna go back to 1 single torpedo launcher to save a bit of tonnage. And take a bit off the bow. Roll is an issue on these things. Oof. Oh, then you're instantly too heavy. Okay, lower the draft. Increase the beam. Oh, I'm going to need a lot of beam to fix off that roll. Oof. Not great. There, 1,500 tons. What? What? Sit. There, good man. Okay. Bit. There. Sit. Stop complaining. Just go sit on your barbette. Dude, sit down. What? There. Okay. This is a pretty fat destroyer with a 10% bigger beam. It's not going to really do wonders for the turning circle, but 194, I'm willing to accept that. It's not stellar, it'll do the job though. When it comes to protection, they're pretty well protected. I don't care about this, I do care about that. Giving me a 16-second reload and a pretty high fire chance. We're firing Dunite charges, which does more HE damage. More fire chance, also a slightly bigger chance to explode on the ship. So that's fun. Oh, that pushed me over the weight limit. Fine. That's not going to do it, is it? How fast are you? Make that 30 knots. 30 knots is fast enough to keep up with every ship. It'll be fine. Okay, increase the bow armor. There we go. There we go. Triglav. Now we're going to need to come up with a better name than that. The Napalm class. I don't believe I have a Napalm class, right? I do not. Okay, perfect. Napalm class. Normally I would order a whole bunch of these, but I'm already floating a whole bunch of destroyer classes anyway. So let's have just 5 of them. And potentially save some money somewhere else, because I'm currently spending a lot. Look at that transport budget, 145%. Let's reduce that a bit. I still have a lot of money, so I can keep this up for a while. I'm pretty happy with the destroyers as is, so let's refocus on the cruiser designs. Hull strengthening is coming up. Control stations are going to take a long time. And as for the rest, not too much interesting shit happening here. Improved APBC, it's fine. Alright guys, that's it for the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next one.